Well, fairly far back, not at the back though. It feels weird that I'm back here. It's been so long. It's been a month since I was last on here with MCEC doing everything. Can I win another one? Can I win another random all? Probably not, but I'll give it my best shout. This video is brought to you by the YouTube area of my website. Check out every single video series I've done categorized by game type alongside chronological playlists and extra info at brovie.com/YouTube. And here we go. Yeah, I'm pretty far back. That is quite a substantial time loss off the harmonic. '23rd, and immediately into 22nd. But ultimately, I've just got to wait and see what cars I get. It's all about the cars, mostly. We're back doing a timed race, 25 minutes. I can't seem to get a consistent decision from people whether they prefer the timed races or the lap count races. Whoa, early braking. So we're gonna do this week. Obviously, we usually do 2 random alls on every sort of stream, if you like. So this time we're gonna do a lap count race and a timed race. So this is gonna be a timed race, and then we're gonna do a lap count race in the next one. And I'll create a poll, and I'll link it in the description and the pinned comment for people to vote on what they prefer. And I'll link it on both videos, but you'll only be voting on the same poll. So if you've already voted, then it doesn't really matter. Ooh, tasty start. Obviously, the whole reason that I went to trying the lap count races on Project Homecoming is that we can have finish all laps turned on. I think I gotta wait for that one. Which means that everybody gets to finish all of their laps. When it's a timed race, 25 minutes, the top 2 or 3 might do 25 laps. But then everybody else behind is lapped. So they do 24 laps, 23 laps, and you don't get to see what cars they would have got on those extra laps. That was the whole point of doing the lap count versions, even if they're sometimes not quite 25 minutes. But I get some people prefer to have the time and count the timer counting down to see when the race is going to finish, and not knowing quite how many laps we're going to get in. Maybe we'll just continue to mix it up, I don't know. But I'll create a poll. You can vote on the poll which you prefer. I think lap count races make more sense because then you just get to see all the laps. But if there's a almost 50-50 split, I'll just keep swapping them. Sometimes we'll do the 25-minute races, and sometimes we'll do the where it's a lap count, aiming to be 25 minutes. Yeah, the good old Prairie. Feels like ages that I've driven this. This used to be one of my favourite cars back in the day. It's a classic. I always used to use this in compact races, even though the Blister and the Issy were faster. Yeah, the perfect solution would be a timed race, but where finish all laps also works. So 25 minutes, but then finish all laps allows everybody to do however many laps. I've done it again. Every time. It allows everybody to do the amount of laps that the leader's done, but that requires an active coder to code, and Project Homecoming doesn't have one of those at the moment. So that's not going to be a thing, so we have to choose. Tell you what, if it hadn't have been for the weight that I had to do in the Itali, I would have been close to the top now, I reckon, with these cars that I've had. Prairie isn't great, but it's not bad. The scramjet's obviously very fast. Whee! Back into the top 10 at least. Velox Raid. That'll do. Ooh. Scary. Lots of cars. Damn, I'm in there. That scramjet lap transformed this race. It's put me right into this battle for the top 5. And the leaders actually only just round these 2 corners. It's closed right up at the front. Whoops. Which is surprising considering how much time loss I've had. This Velox isn't particularly quick in a straight line, I'm finding out. Okay, this is a lot slower. I don't know why why do I even bother anymore? I don't get it, man. Why am I even here? Why do I say things? Why do I, oh, it's really closed it up at the front. The leader's only just round these next few corners. It's unreal. I'm just not going to say anything. Down I go. Can I stay in the top half by the time this lap's over? I think I'm just going to stay 15th. Only just. Oh, come on! Well, now I'm not. God damn it. The original bogey vehicle with the surfer. Before the dozer and the tractor and all that were introduced. Well, at least the race started well. Yeah, like the last... I mean, my last 3 random alls now have all started quite well. And lulled me into a false sense of security. Only to rip it away from me. Just got no chance. Jesus. I just need to accept it, don't I? I just need to accept that this is it. Never again am I going to win a random all. Even when I have a good time. There's going to be something that's going to take it away from me. Super GTS, little too late. The leader was 2 corners ahead of me before the terabyte. And now they're on the bridge, coming up to lap me, 2 corners behind. That's madness, the difference that 2 cars has made. Oh, come on, for the love of all that's holy. I thought I'd be able to just drive over the top of it when I realised I was on the line that was going to hit it. Yeah. First and second are right behind me now. Okay, well, this hasn't been a great lap from a driving perspective. Could be worse. I fear this may be the lap that I get lapped. First and second are really close. Mild's in first. I was ahead of Mild at one point. That could have been me. It is mad how these races go. Especially the last few. They've all started well. At least with the car selection. And yeah, here we go. I'm about to get lapped. Not 4 or 5 laps ago, I was 2 corners behind the leader. Now I'm a lap behind. Rip. Okay, Zeno. Oh, he's got the camper. Time to get back on the lead lap. Oh, I've turned him around. Okay. Okay, well, I'm not back on the lead lap because I've overtaken Mild, but now I've been overtaken by the new leader. Come on, Zeno. Get me back on the lead lap. Halfway through the race now. You know what? There's still plenty of time to go. Still plenty of time for people in front to get bad cars. For me to get good stuff. Jesus. Toolkit. I know the pain of that terabyte. Bonk. Back on the lead lap. See, if this was a lap count race, it wouldn't matter whether I was on the lead lap or not. I'd get all my laps in anyway. Back in the top 20 as well. And chasing. Chase down the chili bin. And the LMP1 dozer. Damn it! I'm a lap down again. This is just a fight to stay on the lead lap. I'm having a good race at the front of the field. I'm just a lap behind them. Just pretend I'm fighting for the lead. Yeah, I mean, it would be more exciting if I was. If I was like actually in third now. And this was all battling for the lead. But no, I'm overtaking a Yuga Classic Custom even. To get 16th. Back in the top half. And there's 15th. See? It can all change. Alright, I'm in second. Let's pretend. Oh, I can overtake for the lead with the Cyclone. Yes, into the lead. I can't do it. I can't kid myself that much. I'm not that delusional. A very imaginary lead. Sweet, past the journey in 13th. Been a very up and down affair, this race. Yeah, onto the lead lap. More accurate than actually into the lead. T750 will do. I don't mind it. The leaders are still just behind me on the bridge, mind. Now I'm sort of like attempting to fight for a top 10, I guess. I guess that's my aim at this point. Something fast behind me. Not fast enough to get the overspeed for the overtake though. Weaver Rally. How far away am I from top 10? Can't work it out. I'm gonna have to... like 13 seconds, I think. It's quite a lot, but I can easily change depending on cars. Oh no. Oh no, I'm about to be off the lead lap again. No! God damn it. Seven and a half minutes left, a quarter of the race to go. Almost. Damn it! I'm so jealous. It's so frustrating when you're a lap down and you see the leaders go past on much faster vehicles. It's like, why can't I get the fast ones? They're already in the lead. They don't need them. Being taken out by a BMX. Being taken out by a BMX. Cost me a position. Crash into a tyre. Crash into a tyre. Didn't cost me a position, but it's going very well this lap. Damn, overtaking mild for position. I'm not the only one who can have a rough time, I guess. He was in the lead at one point. At least I never got to the lead. What's this? The police terminus, right? I don't know what they actually call it. I wish they'd be consistent with their naming for the new police cars. Like, they have, like, Terminus Cruiser or whatever, and then like patrol and all sorts of different secondary names to whatever the car actually is. Well, at least I'm not in a field master. Oh, someone's having to wait. Beautiful. Top 10! Yes! I'm still a lap down, but at least I'm in the top 10. Fine, you can have your wee woos right at the end. Ruin it. 2013 classic. Will absolutely do. Chasing down a piss what's a Dominator. The Dominator's a lot quicker. Ooh! Now I've seen a bunch of campers. There's 9th. So it was a really good start to this race. A difficult second part. A bit of a comeback during the third part. And now we're into the final part. Can I maintain it in this battle for a top 10? Could be quicker, but could be worse as well. Quicker than that Eva, isn't it? Yeah, I can go over the tyre in the right vehicle. Two 2013 off-road class vehicles together. The injection and the body. Yeah, beautiful sunset. You always get a nice sunset on this track. 2 minutes to go. For those who prefer the timed races, what is it that makes you prefer the timed races? Is it this? Oh, come on. Oh, come on. Is it this bit now where you don't know how many laps there's going to be left? Okay, that's down to 9th. Come on. We're in the maintaining phase. Okay, that's 10th. Spectre is going to be catching me. I'm going to drop out of the top 10, I think. So I guess the timed race aficionados prefer not knowing how many laps there's going to be towards the end of the race over knowing that everyone's going to get all their laps in. Come on. Okay. Probably going to get one more lap after this, based on where the leader is. If it had been a lap count race, I would have got 2 more laps in after this. But we'll never know what is going to be on that final lap because I'm a lap down. And that's where the lap count races are better. Oh, down it at 12th. Mostly that, but if you have a particularly bad race, I also like that it ends the suffering early. That's funny. I imagine the majority of people who like the lap count races would say the exact opposite. They like it for the exact opposite reason. If I have a bad race, it prolongs the suffering. Alright, one more lap. The Fagaloa. We started in the Fagaloa Coupe and I've gotten the regular Fagaloa for the final lap. Okay, well, I'm not gaining any places in this. We've come full circle. Couldn't care less about people getting their lap in. If you only manage 23 out of 25, that's part of the bad luck. I guess. I always thought it would just be universally preferred to have, like, if I only get 23 out of 25 laps, seeing what would have happened in those final 2 laps. What those final 2 cars would have been. In comparison to everybody else who was also a couple of laps down. Doesn't really matter in the end, but 14th. Well, I've stayed in the top half, but I couldn't maintain much beyond that. Rough. I was very up and down that one, and ultimately I've ended up right in the mid-pack. I suppose better to have a race like this where you end up in the mid-pack than a boring race where you're just in the middle all the way through because you just keep getting boring stuff. That has been a rough one. Ups and downs. Good cars, bad cars. And again, the start of the race made me think it was going to be not too bad. To be 2 corners away from the lead. And then ultimately a lap and many more than 2 corners down at the end. Mild got 5th in the end. How? With like 2 laps to go, I was ahead of him. I saw him overtake me in the Formula E car. That's mad. That could have been me. So only the top 4 stayed on the lead lap, and Innie was 30 seconds ahead at the end. Massive, massive victory. And he waited to give Benny an extra lap. Well, there you go. Back to a classic with the timed race. We'll do a lap count race next, and then I'll probably just make a decision. Unless it's like 50-50 and we can't get a consensus.